Hey, welcome to another episode of Klamtucky Bourbon Boys. I'm Mike.
And this is Dave. There's a whole lot of stuff up there.
Yeah,
Well worth it though.
nice chemistry set.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember those? Is that still a thing? When I was a kid, my parents gave me one. I made ammonia in the garage and about knocked myself out.
Oh, I was thinking like the volcano, the baking soda and the
No, this was like
vinegar.
a big wooden
Oh,
cabinet. It had all kinds of chemicals, which I doubt that's even out there anymore because it had no warning labels on it. It was just, good luck, kid. Hope to see you in an hour. Don't burn the house down. And that was a lot of fun.
I don't remember that. I don't want to sound bad. They may have deregulated it a little bit for my gen.
Regulated
Or
it.
regular, yeah.
Yeah, there was no regs when I had one.
Yeah,
It
true.
was a,
Sorry. Yeah,
it was a
opposite.
free. This is early '70s, so I'm dating myself. Yeah. Hey, how about any of you guys out there? Around my age, maybe that remember a good old fashioned chemistry sense. But anyway, I digress.
I do remember. Yeah, mine was a little bit more friendly, I guess. I do. Yeah,
Didn't kill yourself quite so easy
yeah,
with
not
it.
so
Yeah.
easy.
So what do you got going on? Is this gonna kill us?
No, this is so this is one of my favorites. Starting out, this is one of my. I found this recipe online and I have rolled with it. Summer, winter, it's just different. There's a whole lot. I mean, this is not an old fashioned. There's stuff in here. But as promised, I did bring out, I'll say, a top shelfer.
Higher end, you did.
So I'm just gonna roll in it. This is the best damn jelly roll.
Ah,
So this is a class. Well, this is a jelly roll. Sacrilege.
preemptive
Bourbon of
strike.
choice, I guess. So
Figure that's I'm on blood thinners, but I figure skip one and that'll make up for it. So while Dave's playing chemist over there, is E.H. Taylor small batch, bottled in bond, so it's 100 proof.
now I'm just gonna cut you off. I'll give the full recipe after he's done. But I gotta get going on this thing. So.
Yeah, well, I got one because you were nice enough to pour me one first. Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
whatever.
Yeah. It's a great bourbon. I'm a fan of Taylor. This is also kind of like Stag. It comes from mash bill number 1 from Buffalo Trace. However, they mask that really well. It doesn't say Buffalo Trace anywhere on here.
When I think I remember that from the tour because they have.
Different rick houses,
I don't want to say Rick bottling.
facilities,
Yeah, bottling buildings.
areas.
Very weird out there. Very,
Yeah.
very, very. Anyway,
But
sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. This is your thing. Oh, it says distilled and aged and bottled by Old Fashioned Copper Distillery, Frankfort, Kentucky. Well, having been there, I can assure you that's Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1. So, which anything that comes out of that mash bill is fantastic. Um, what they do though is this will have its own rick house and its own levels within that rick house where they want to age it. And Buffalo or not Buffalo Trace, Stag is going to have its own, and whether it's Stag or George T. Stag, that's going to change things up. So they have their very distinct located regions within the rick houses for aging purposes, and that amazingly affects flavor as much as what it does because it definitely has an effect on the different bourbons. So I kind of go ahead, sir.
Oh, I'm not saying a word right now. I'm just kind of pointing, and then I'll.
Unicorn P.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So while Dave's doing that, there's been a lot of discussion online that the bourbon boom is over. And I want to know what your guys' take is on that. We got two things. One, we had one vote to bring back the woo at the beginning of the show. Fast Jeep or Jeep guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kill that camera.
So anyway, we got one vote to bring back the woo at the beginning of the show. Curious to see what you guys think on that. And then I was going to have another vote too. What was the other thing? Is it? All right, sorry about that little glitch, but issues with camera batteries. We should always check that. Anyway, talking about Jeep Fast or Fast Jeeper. Or,
Yeah.
oh, look at that, Blanton's simple syrup, huh?
Well, yeah, that's my. So I've mentioned it many times, but yeah, pick a bottle you like. I make my own simple syrup. What is this? Oh, so this is the O Horsey of the Blantons. So just keep a bottle you like, stick your simple syrup in there, and it looks like you're double dosing the bourbon, I guess.
Nice,
Anyway,
like your style. You can always double dose it too.
sure. I mean, yeah.
So, yeah. So, do we bring the woo back or not? I don't know. We'll work on that. New editing software makes it a little different, but it's not out of the question. There's some. Oh, we had already talked about the different parts of Buffalo Trace and how this is a Buffalo Trace product, even though
Well, they both
doesn't
were.
doesn't claim it anywhere.
Actually.
What's that?
Well, the Blantons and the Taylor.
Right?
I guess.
Yeah. All Buffalo Trace except for actual Buffalo Trace itself, which I know you're okay with. It's weird how it's not your favorite.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So I don't hate Buffalo Trace. I think it's overrated. Kind of narrow for what it is. From a company that makes such a great range of products, from their one mash bill to something that's just kind of meh. I mean, if I could get Buffalo Trace for $20 a bottle, I'd be okay with having that around more often.
Yeah, and I have to say, so if I do, I'm not a fan of Buffalo Trace, but between Buffalo Trace and really anything else they put out, I do have to say the Taylor is the closest.
Yeah, to the Buffalo Trace product, actual label.
Right, yeah, because you can't, I mean, Stag? Come on.
Yeah,
You can't compare
No.
Stag. But yeah, just on their.
And that this comes from the same mash bill as Stag is crazy. It's just nuts how the yeast can vary the flavor. That seemed to be what we discovered while we were there. Is the yeast is kind of
Yeah,
the main factor affecting the flavor of the bourbon,
KFC's secret recipe.
right?
Yep.
But then the location in the rick houses plays a surprisingly large role in it too. So yeah, I'm forever a fan of Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1, whatever they got there. I was and you can go, it's surprising, but you can go online and search for Collins.
Well, that's not.
And those are
okay,
available on Amazon too.
So that is the only, I'll call it deviation from the jelly roll recipe I got. That if I'm making the best damn jelly roll, I'm gonna put a Collins twisted or a lemon twist candied.
Oh, it's a lemon?
Yeah. So
Oh, I got the oranges. I didn't know they had lemon.
okay, so do the rundown real quick. Ounce and a half of bourbon. We're making the best damn jelly roll. So Colonel Taylor today. What do we got? 3/4. I'll do it by amounts. 3/4 amaretto. And yeah, maybe I could have got, if we're doing the best damn old fashioned, I could have. Anyway, amaretto. And then 3/4. This was just freshly squeezed lemon today. You can either use lemon or lime. There's lemon today. And then, yeah, the Blanton's simple syrup was a half ounce. And then, I don't, I think I did about 5-6 Pichards.
The shots, okay.
And then, yeah, I added the candied lemon today. And then a splash of Coke. Cheers. Finally. And see, I prefer. I think the original recipe I got for this, it said lime.
Lemon's better.
I kind of prefer the lemon.
That is a damn good jelly roll. The crowd seems to approve.
It's
The lemon's a nice touch, honestly.
It's so weird. I want to. The amaretto. Sometimes you get kind of a cherry Coke flavor.
To me, they should have called it the Jelly Belly because it reminds me when you just grab a handful of Jelly Belly jelly beans and
Oh.
throw them back, you get that mix of different fruity kind of flavors in that pop. And I get that off of this.
Well, you know what? We are influencers now. We can call it
Ooh.
Jelly Belly if we want to.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's your own take on it. It's the Jelly Belly. I don't know.
And just speaking of that, whenever we bring a recipe, or whenever I bring a recipe to you,
I've read recipes. What do you mean?
no, I'm just saying most of the time, the camera is not our first attempt.
Yeah.
So we've kind of developed more dashes or mixed with quantities. So I'm Jelly Belly. This is the
Jelly
jelly,
Belly.
the best damn Jelly Belly.
Well, do you get where I'm getting that
Yes.
from? Okay.
And that's not a bad thing at all.
All right. Yeah. No, it's not at all.
I would leave out the damn licorice flavor, but I mean, yes.
I don't get that in here though.
Mm-mm.
No, it's just like a Jelly Belly fruit bomb. It's weird. I don't know how it gets so fruity from that. I guess the amaretto.
And I will say, this is my first time with the Taylor in there.
Mm.
It's less pronounced. Usually you can there's bourbon in there. With that, it's just delicious. I mean, it's
Dangerous.
It reminds. Oh, you don't even have it out here. It reminds me of the old fashioned we did with the Remus because it was just
Yeah.
an old fashioned. I don't know how to.
When I can actually enjoy it, I got to admit it's not a virgin drink that they've made me here, but it's got half an ounce. I'm trying to be cautious. I had some surgery and anyway, it's on some meds. But when my next mix, we are going to do the Stag Old Fashioned.
So that was my two today.
Yeah.
I was torn at the house when I was bringing over materials for today's show. I was like, oh, Stag or Taylor? I'm like, oh, I'm up for a Stag Old Fashioned.
Yeah, we're gonna do that
Woo.
next week. I'll be weaned from my meds by then, and I'll be able to enjoy a full on. Well, that's 133 proof. I didn't really want to roll the dice on something that stout with what's going on. So that is a damn fine Jelly Belly roll thing.
And I'm surprised on when you were going through the Taylor, we were looking for that before the show. Usually when you buy let's just say a bottle of quality, it has the Rick House or when it was made or how long the age statement. I'm not digging on the Taylor, but there is no statement of other than bonded. I mean, yeah, it's 100 proof. I mean,
Yeah.
bonded. But other than that,
No handwritten notes or what barrel.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of weird, but whatever.
Right. Maybe because it's bottled in bond. I'll have to pay attention to more bottled in bond bottles and see if that's a common ploy. I'm sure they've got
I'm not pulling the Ben Holiday.
Clyde Mays. That's a isn't that
No.
no? And I don't know if there is a bottle in bond on the bar top itself right now or not. Maybe not. I think I'm out of Evan Williams bonded. Oh, he saw something.
Oh no. I just
Oh.
another topic of choice. So
Don't let the label fool you, folks.
I don't even know if we should do this. So now, while we're drinking the best damn Jelly Belly, there is this thing out here, and
As good as all of these are, not so much.
I don't know, is the signature the same?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's why I don't like Buffalo Trace right
That's
here. 'Cause
deception.
this is a $10
Bottle of $10
gut
whiskey.
rot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Is that? I'm guessing it's at least 80 proof.
What is that bad boy? Yeah, minimum.
Yeah. It's
That color's
if you
just...
want to feel fancy but
Oh,
can't
God,
don't want
I
to
don't know why I pulled that.
don't want to spend fancy money, well, at least you can look cool.
Well, another garbage, whatever. So we had a tasting. This has been a while ago. I love you, Liz, but
Beams 8-star?
Elizabeth brought out, Beams 8-star. And I know that's not like your favorite cheap bottle, but you don't mind that stuff.
That?
Yeah, the Taylor,
It's,
that
I'll
Taylor.
drink JTS Brown over that for about the same price. Actually, JTS about double the price, ain't it?
I'm just saying. So
I don't hate it.
Beams 8-star is garbage, garbage.
Yeah.
It's like the malt liquor of the bourbon industry. I don't know.
Colt 45 bourbon.
I don't know if they put cigarette butts in that to get it brown. I don't
think
know
it's
what.
Cigarette butt charcoal filtered aquarium water.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one click above, I guess, 8-star, but this is not.
So that's a product of being a victim to a label.
Well, that, and it was research for the show, I guess. I mean, we were curious, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and if we
It was
weren't.
out $10, so who cares, right?
Well,
Go ahead. Take a snort for the crowd, Dave.
nope. I'm not mixing my buzz now. I'm just. But yeah, speaking of which, we do have, I guess these are mine, but these are two local-ish. Let's see. I'll go with that one. So Boneyard is out of Bend, Oregon. Well, these are both Bend. Here.
Yeah, 10 Barrel Brewing
Go
and
ahead. You're on.
over here.
Well, yeah, that's yours. Oh, look at the droplets on that. Oh, I don't know.
All right, frosty.
Anyway, but yeah, these are two local-ish Oregon made beer. Makes a good whiskey glass.
Yeah, nice tasting glass.
Well, it is. I mean, with the splash of Coke,
Oh yeah, it's legit.
you needed a little pint glass, or you needed something more than just a highball glass. So yeah. Anyway. Oh well, I'm. Oh yeah. Oh, we're split too.
We're split. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good, but I don't really know that I have anything to add to it outside of I'll try to match you high end for high end next week.
All right. And we're believers. It's okay to do this. I would not do this every day. I would not upgrade my cocktail.
Oh.
I mean, Old Granddad. We both are firm believers in Old Granddad. Old Granddad,
Bottle and bond.
Bonded or 114 are, for a cocktail, they are hard to beat.
They are. Yeah, great whiskeys, reasonably priced.
And that's not going to dump you, at the motel or the trailer park, in 3 months. But
Right.
this is okay. I'm going to say it's okay to do every now and then. Now, if you can do it every day,
By all means.
more power to you, buddy. But yeah, it elevates the whole thing. This is delicious.
It is. And again, I'm a third of what you've got in yours, bourbon wise. It's still delicious. It's a great bourbon. It's a great drink.
So haters gonna hate no matter what. So whatever. We're having a Taylor jelly belly.
Jelly belly. Like that.
I'm okay with that. You pull out some good ones every now and then.
Try. Good for something. That's doorstop.
Anyway. Oh, and speaking, we're doing back-to-backs today. So honestly, thank you guys. So we busted a couple plateaus over the holiday-ish season. And now that we're kind of back and putting out more stuff for you, we are over 10,000 views.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then I'm going to say it. We're shooting real close to 160 subs. So thank each and every one of you.
Don't forget to follow us on the Big Rooster Media on Facebook page.
Yeah, because we do.
If we're not here every week, look there to find out why not.
Yeah.
We had this last week was kind of a tough one. Had a lot going on, and he was on call. I was in the hospital for a couple days. Made it really tough to get some content out.
You had a hip replaced, dude. You did not.
It was only a couple days though.
I'll give you that, but it's kind of, nonchalant. I was in the hospital.
They don't care.
Sure.
Anyway,
Whatever. You're doing amazing. Whatever.
Well, thanks. But anyway, so I mean, things happen in life, right? So if you're not following us, or if you're following us here, but you're not on YouTube or on Facebook, check the Facebook page periodically. Plus, we'll have updates if we're doing a giveaway or something like that. We're working on some more swag for this year and some other ideas. So, and another thing I wanted to throw out there is, that's what I was talking about in the beginning and got away from is they're talking about the bourbon market crashing.
Oh, yeah.
And I lost track of that. And who is it? Brown Foreman, who is Buffalo. No, they're not. They're
Old Forester.
Old Forester, Woodford Reserve, Jack Daniels. They're laying off like 700 people. And they're shutting down one of their cooperages where they make their barrels. So, and then MGP, which is Midwest Grain Products in Illinois or Indiana, they're doing some big layoff. They're down like 24% on product production. So, I have always been, I always will be a bourbon guy, but Dave has branched out on several occasions, and we both have on different beverages, different drinks besides bourbon. And would you like to see us continue down that road? Some gins. I'm not a big fan of vodka. Maybe even some rums. I'm not a huge fan of rum, but there's some possibilities out there. Anyway, Scotch.
Well, and I have to say, just on the subject, we're having a gin tasting, and I was in Central Cali, and that's where I pulled the Taylor from, but I found a gunpowder. Was it Irish gin? Anyway, I haven't drank it yet. I haven't opened it. I have good. Thank you, Anthony. He's the gin. He's going to be responsible for the gin tasting. He's more in the gin. He's in the gin like we are in the whiskey, bourbon. But he gave the blessings on this bottle I bought. I have to say, the fancy bottle of gin was $30 plus California tax. But the point being,
$500 for bourbon, $30 for gin.
it would be nice to get a little break from the bourbon, big bourbon.
And there's several factors though that I don't think are really considered with other alcohols.
The aging
process and the angel share. Because when we looked at that chart, was it Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or no?
That was at Buffalo Trace.
Trace.
They had a barrel kind of cut in half, and
so they had 4 barrels, a freshly filled barrel, one that was like 4 years old, 7 years old, and 18 years old. And the 18-year-old had about a third of what was originally put in it. So not only do you have the angel share consumption, but you're also waiting 4 years, 7 years, 18 years, however long from the time you make your product before you see any revenue generated by that product. And so it's a different kind of game with bourbon that is going to keep the cost up. But that being said, I've seen many stories on the interweb of guys that used to be able to get Pappy Van Winkle, 12-year for under $100 before it became the bourbon to have, So if there's good news in the fact that the bourbon market is struggling right now, I'm hoping that it'll be the cost on some of our higher end products will start coming down, and I don't think it'll affect the quality of the product because it's already in the barrel.
Well, and really, if you, I'm just the lonely guy here, but if you think about a big rick house or whatever you want to call it, even to one of the major ones like a Jim Beam or a Jack, I mean, they have different levels. And I'll say, I don't know, I don't quote me on numbers here, but there's a split. Your regular Jack Daniels every day or Jim Beam, Beam and 7 or whatever, that's got to account for most, 70%, 80% of your whatever.
Right.
And then all your specialty, your aged, your, Jim Beam Black or 7 year, whatever. That's got to be the sliver. So, I mean, they'd be fine if they just put out that. The others, I would say, would almost be the company eating it. I mean, it'd still be okay.
But the higher end,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they won't, and it'll sell.
No, I.
It's just I don't. If the demand drops, supply and demand, and if the demand drops, then the price you're not going to be able to sustain these $500, $400 bottles of whiskey that are out there right now. So I hate it for the marketplace as far as the folks that work at the distilleries and do the marketing and sales net, because everybody we met in the business was super friendly while we were out there.
Yeah.
The flip side of that, though, is every market corrects itself from time to time. I do think the bourbon market was probably due for a correction. Because, I mean,
They've had a good
I got numb to
10
spending
10 year.
$150, $200 on bottles.
They have a good 10-year run of just.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be, I shouldn't be comfortable dropping $100 bill on a bottle on a regular basis and not even batting an eye at it. I'm sorry, $100 is $100. That's
There's
still...
numbers for that. You can call and get some.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh.
You're not one to help.
All right. So anyway.
Anyway.
I got a challenge. Try this with a lime, and then try the same thing with a lemon.
Well, I have, because you've made...
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, for you guys out there, yeah, same recipe, same everything. Swap your lemon for a lime. You will have a favorite. It's
two distinctly similar but unique tastes.
Yes.
I like the lemon better.
Yeah.
And I think on that note, if I finish this and we're still rolling, I'm going to have another one. That's not good for me.
All right.
So,
and I'm sorry I believe, cut you off, but if you're done, then whatever. No, squirrel. Okay.
no, I mean, I just had nothing else to add. I don't know if you got anything else or not, but we love hearing from you guys. Please continue to give us feedback. Hopefully the glass that we left over at the Coop Lounge here
Oh,
locally
you did
was
drop
picked
it.
up.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I did.
All right.
I got an email that said, "Hey, where the heck's my glass?" Because I swung by the same day or whatever, and sorry I had to go to Reno, but before I had my surgery. But I did manage to get it by there. So if you haven't picked it up yet and you're watching today, Kyle's got it. He's still waiting. But I think he said he was going to notify you when I dropped it off. So hopefully you got your glass. And stay tuned because, like I said, we'll have more swag on the way, more goodies in the future. On that, I ain't got nothing else.
Like and subscribe. And thank you very much for what you've done.
Tell your friends. Thank you, folks.
All right.